inquiry that I discussed in the last videos about the so-called fake inquiry kind of person who's not serious about business, and this is a person who claims to be at the director, chairman, MD level. You know, I'm going to tell you why any sincere professional who is ready to put in responsible, committed efforts, how they should analyze a client and why they should reject all of this client. And this is how the entire story happens. This client basically, uh, all of a sudden he saw some video or blog post. He went to my site. He approached to me on LinkedIn and sent an email. Now I do not know from where he got my email, but he approached to me on an email. His first line was, "I'm interested in a business proposal." Great. Now, my site is clearly an e-commerce site with clear of my consulting and the PayPal link and any and everything that is required. So most of a person who is coming to me as a consultant, or those who want me a client, about my site, and they buy the products or everything. So this, they never come to me and say, "I want to send a business proposal." It is but clear that I'm not interested in that kind of service. I only provide very specific, clear service which is clearly communicated in my on my website. Now since he approached to me on LinkedIn via email, it was quite obvious that he has some other thing in the mind, because someone who's already a genuine customer, he's a genuine buyer. He says, okay, it's like, you go to McDonald's. If you are genuinely interested in buying a Mac burger or something, the rates, you are clear, you pay advance, that's everything, the PayPal link and everything is there, and then that's how I'm getting most of my buyers and clients. But this guy, since he approached so smartly on LinkedIn, and he at least the LinkedIn profile came himself to be a director of big end companies and things like that. But dude, I've been dealing with your kind of people from 15 years now. So it's quite obvious that he had some other thing in mind, which I knew that I have to politely and tactfully refuse. But then I was just interested to know what exactly he want. So because I'm distinctly clear that I'm not a full-fledged digital agency, or I choose my assignments very carefully and choose my clients very carefully. And this incident will tell you, as a service provider, if you are sincere and honest and dedicated on your work, why you should avoid these kind of sweet talking clients. This kind automatically approached me for a business proposal. It's like this. You come to me all of a sudden, out of the blue, without knowing what my strength is, what my views are, and you come to me all of a sudden and says, boss, I want a friend, I want to be your friend, or maybe I want a marriage alliance. Dude, have you asked whether I want to marry you or not? Have you known what exactly is my conditions, what my terms and conditions are? Now, without knowing this, you come to me with a trap of business proposal. That's a lollipop that only amateurs and young people go in the trap. It's a business proposal. He have a big flashy website, and he have a big director and so many of it. Any seasoned, experienced person, professional like me, never go in the trap. So you might be Birla, you might be Ambani, you might be Tata, or whatever it is. You might be Modi or whatever it is. The maximum I will, if I am interested, the maximum I will do is, I am also street smart enough only to have a photo with you, not to waste my time on you. The only person I am interested is the one who paid me in advance. As a serious professional, that is what you have to be. And as soon as you come, without wasting all this gimmick onto it, when you come to these kind of terms, most of these kind of so-called the CEOs and director level people, you will start seeing their real nature and the real colors, which I'm going to tell you how this incident happened. So the so-called director said that, okay, I have this website and things like that, and we are interested in business proposal. Great. It's like, you want a marriage proposal. Have you asked me whether I'm interested in marrying you or not? First question mark. Now next thing is, okay, I just asked out of courtesy, do you have a digital marketing? Well, no, we do not have it. So I said, okay, fine. As a courtesy, just because I want to tactfully refuse it, I knew very clearly that this is not someone who's genuinely interested in buying my services or consulting services. Those who are genuinely interested in my consulting where they go to my website, they see what my views are, reading my blogs and others, and they do the net transfer or PayPal transfer with my limited time slots, knowing very well what thing is there. Everything is automated. Just like the way you go to McDonald's, the ones who are seriously interested in buying burgers, they go shell out the money advance and they get everything processed. So this guy, on the other hand, showed attitude. I was quite clear that he's not a genuine buyer. He's just doing some time pass. A genuine buyer would have already gone through the website and would have paid the money and for the consulting fees. But I was more interested to know what exactly what exactly terms he proposes on the lollipop name business proposal. Now, these kind of lollipop works definitely with amateurs or youngsters who are in the big flashy life of big brands, and there's someone like me or anyone who's a seasoned and very sincere professional who's dedicated onto it work, and who have established his repo in a 12 years span. He's already settled about almost any and every issues in his life. He's distinctly clear what he wants, how he wants, and what kind of person he is, and he have his own experience, set of experience of both the good, bad, and okay experiences. So and very settled about everything. This guy, being a director of a company I'm not going to tell, all of a sudden approaches me and says, you know what, I want a business proposal. Good, but I haven't asked you. Now he wants, it's like you all of a sudden approach me and say, boss, I want a matrimonial alliance. Cool, but I'm not interested in matrimonial alliance. Have you ever asked that? No. There is a right way that if you want to be my client, there is a right way that is done. You are surpassing that. You are all of a sudden banging me, banging on my door. So out of being a nice person, good person, out of courtesy, I'm letting you come in my lawn and sit in the drawing room sofa. Now you are trying to rape me. How does this so-called director interestingly went ahead? He said, you know we have I asked him out of email. It was only an email chat. I asked him, I had guessed this approach pretty clearly, and I asked him, because prior to this, all the consultants or the clients who have come to me, they have directly paid the fees, they have seen the views, they have paid the fees, and then they haven't bargained or any such thing. That was very clear thing. So this guy, on the contrary, started, we want business proposal and all that. Dude, am I interested? What? So I asked him, okay, could you give me a clear picture explicitly, how much is your business proposal and how much is your budget? That was the first email I sent him back. First email he sent that I want to send a business proposal. Okay, dude, but am I interested? I knew this because I've been dealing with your kind of people from last 12 years now. So if such person approaches, ask him very specifically, as a sincere, dedicated profession, what exactly is your budget? And the response is you are going to get what this guy gave me. The budget is flexible. Great. What is your range of flexibility? Someone who is sincere and dedicated, may it be Ambani's, may it be Google's, may it be any big company, their budget range is very specifically mentioned. They are clear about things. If whether it's a salary budget, their grades, their everything is very, very distinctly clear. There is a range that is clear. Okay, this is my range. They do not talk, bullishly. Okay, I am doing this and I'm going to do this. These are the persons who are purely fake people, who wants to basically waste your time and want all the free lunches and time wasters, and then they will do on the contrary, they will backstab you and badmouth you. So if you give a 0.01% importance, like the lesson that I learned here, being nice to this person, that means they are going to badmouth me. So I am very prepared, that mentally prepared, that this guy is on the contrary going to badmouth me. Might be on social media, might be whatever, but I am not scared of you, sir. Interestingly, if you're a sincere point is, if you're a sincere professional, first thing, ask them very specific budget. The second, those who are clear about themselves, they are very clear about specific. Just imagine, if you are going for a birthday party, or you are going for a out weekend tour out, or you are going on a month date, you are taking someone out for a dinner. There is a very clear budget range. Or even when you are going with your company trips on 5-star hotels or something, there is a clear budget range. Your bosses clearly tells, okay, this is a budget range, you need to book your rooms, and this is a maximum limit that you are allotted to. When I was working with MetLife Insurance, there was a sales training. When I went there, a company paid trip, I was clearly told that a company will reimburse me for room in this range, and they are ready to pay for the food, but but drinking will not be allowed. So the criteria are very, very clear. The range is very clear. There is no such thing like a flexible and vague talk. They are very specific. The criteria are very specific. Everything is very, very specific, and the ranges are very, very clear. Someone who is genuine and are sincere, they know their limitations. They know what is the right range they are going to come, and everything. Now the interesting thing happens, what I'm going to tell you again and again, to be very alert if you're a sincere professional, why you should don't even deal with it, or not even let this kind of client come in, and you start talking very assertively and professionally with these kind of clients. Because what happened was exactly just the same. I asked him very clearly. With the second email, when he said everything is flexible, I knew very clearly. So I tactfully, because he was already inside my drawing room and I have to tactfully avoid him, I said very clearly, sir, whether you will go ahead on this or not, it's quite obvious that someone who is already in digital marketing. I asked him first whether you have a digital marketer or you have already had an agency. He said no. So it was quite obvious that if your business is already going and you are in e-commerce site or other business, it is but obvious you at least have a digital marketer. There's a common sense thing that if my business is booming, I have a sales guy and I have an accountant. This is just a common sense thing. So whether it can be full time on your payroll or you are outsourcing it to a different accountant, that's a different issue. But when it's clear that you are running a serious business which is selling out money, or you are investing that kind of money, it is but obvious for any practical person, level-headed person, that he have invested in a full-time accountant or a full-time sales force or an accountant, or have the clarity on it. Or if it isn't, if the person who is serious about hiring it, he already know each and every price range and budget range and everything. He never asked me what exactly I want. Do I want to join him or not? Nothing like that. So I told him very clearly, sir, whether you go ahead with it or not, because I have to tactfully avoid him from my. He have already came in my drawing room of inbox, and I have to tactfully avoid with him using the corporate diplomacy tactics. I said, sir, whether you go ahead with me or not. A digital marketer costs a retainer basis of 6 months, and there is a setup fees and this and that. I knew he's not going to pay, because someone who wants to pay would have already paid the consulting fees and taken the slot. And the response, you will totally agree why you as a sincere professional should be alert and defensive, assertive enough to avoid these kind of clients, howsoever sweet talking or the big kind of profile they are. It is pretty simple. The third email, he sent me another email. He said, how can you say that we have not hired a digital marketer, or we do not have the budgets to, and we do not want to hire you, we cannot go ahead with this company. Dude, interestingly, since when you thought, when I have agreed that I want a matrimonial alliance or any kind of alliance with you, you approach me all of a sudden. If you really want to business with me, that my shop has a clear-cut way out, that you have to check it, you have to pay money in advance and check in my hotel, and that's where it ends it. That's my professional services are. But all of a sudden you come to my house, not my hotel, not my shop, you bang my doorbell and doors. Out of courtesy, I'm giving you time that I'm giving you time that, okay, since you are already there, I have to be diplomatic and tactful enough, and since you have such a high profile aura of a thing, so it was quite a, how can you expect a serious, sincere professional that I have accepted your assignment, when your assignments are so vague, your clarity is so vague, and all of a sudden you are approaching me. What kind of things you want, you are not clear. What kind of money you are going to shell out, you are not clear. Everything is flexible, vague. So actually, dude, it's like this. You come all of a sudden to a settled person like me, bang my door, don't go with my professional hotel or pay the fees and things like that, and now you start trying to rape me, and on the name of and you are being demanding a dowry kind of thing. Dude, since when I have asked you for an alliance? It's me who's being nice to you. I haven't approached you, you approached me, and have you been nice enough to tell me, okay, this is the assignment that is there, okay, we'll think about it, something like that. You have given a clarity about thing. It would have been still, is as a sincere professional, I might have think about, or at least have given the assignment that, okay, I take only this kind of assignments, I do not take that kind of assignments. But all of a sudden you bang me and you say, boss, I want to have a matrimonial alliance. I haven't asked you, I already have it, na. And then you start bad mouthing me. You shoot an email and you say, we do not want to do business with you. Excuse me, sir, who wants to do business with you? Since when have I accepted your offer? You are coming to me and saying me, okay, we want to this. It was me who's been generous with you with my dedicated mind share, time share, giving you respect, and you are now encroaching me and giving bad mouthing me. Arey Baba, if you wanted to do business with me, you would have paid fees and took the slot like a number of other customers are doing it. I haven't opened a business for you. You approaching me. And if you approach to me sincerely, now another incident that I'm going to tell you from the same incident, another thing, a serious professional which I have learned from my experience is pretty simple. They are not just ready to shell out money, they are very clear about themselves. So if I'm the person who is coming to you on a friendly route, expecting some free advice or some clarity about things, I'm never going to approach you with this attitude. I'm going to tell you with very clearly that okay, the clear picture is I have not invested so much money or it, or I have this price range, and this is what is my clear picture, and this is why I'm interested into it. So would you be interested to do the service, and what is the level of service you want to? You want a service? What kind of service you can provide? What kind of assignments will you be willing to take? You know. The another third direction that I'm going to alert you is upon going with his profile on LinkedIn, which I disconnected and other thing, I found he's a typical Indian Seth. Now whether he's a self-made Seth or not, or a second third generation, he still have the typical Indian Seth attitude. You know, boss, we are rich. You might be rich, you might be a money, you might be Bill Gates, whatever. I don't care a shit about you. I work hard. I have gone all through this level for working hard. If you are paying me 2 rupees, another person is also paying me 2 rupees. I have exact this much limited slots. I haven't asked you that you want, I haven't come to you to want to work with you or not. You approach me. Anyone who is a sincere and responsible owner or a chairman, he approaches is quite clearly, okay, are you willing to do this assignment or not? Especially if it's a sincere company. It's like this. If I'm a CA, if I'm a chartered accountant, you come to me and say, you know, boss, you should do a sweeper job or you should do a sales job. Dude, sorry, yaar. Have you asked me? You, because you are so vague, business proposal and things like that. You know, these are the lollipops that might have worked for small people. Someone who's distinctly clear about themselves, we do not care about you. So this is one incident that have taught me a couple of lessons. First, the lesson that I told you is in the last video, identify these kind of fake clients and fake guys really fast. Second, after this incident, what I have learned is talk hard and talk straight. You know, talk professional. With this kind of, as soon as you identify fake clients, the first, now if this kind of person it comes in, I will say, okay, kindly book my slot or this, and then only I will be interested. With this thing, it is quite clear that person would be interested or not. And once someone is ready to shell out money, they are very clear about what they want and what do not want. So third thing is quite clear about things. You know, most of these, if you are dealing with the second and third generation entrepreneurs, or especially the state kind of mindset, may it be India, family, China, or most of the Saudi family led businesses, or the flamboyant kind entertainers, kind of, you know, who have big Mercedes and they will have a big flamboyant kind of person, like in entertainment business, actors, models and things like that, the glad rags, things like that. Be very alert, be very defensive, and be very professional. So it's my principle. Even if I sleep with someone, when it comes to business, financial matter and personal life, I guard it from my heart and soul, and even if I have to die, so I fight for till my last breath. A person who's genuine will never waste time. And my advice to, if you are a state or a second generation entrepreneur, or already an Indian entrepreneur, Chinese entrepreneur, or a family led business in Middle East, please be alert, boss. It's 2018. We are on the competent self-dependence route. We are established professionals. We do ask us whether we want to take an assignment with you or not. It's not you are so full of your chaplus and your bootlickers around you that you don't even have the courtesy to understand that we are smart. We are also have become street smart enough. So the trends have different. It's 2018 and beyond. You have to look at the focus on the front view mirror of 2018 and beyond, and avoid such fake inquiries, or such kind of big businessman tycoon kind of person who comes with all of a sudden with you, and then with the lollipop, you know, I want a business proposal and I want this and that. True, but am I interested? Have you asked that, am I interested? That's the first thing you have to think. So that's very much for now. Thank you very much.